What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench Podcast Network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew. Shad, Kelvin, Jermaine, KB Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right, that's right. Everyone who's tuning in today, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel. Help make the show the best that it can be. And this is just a real quick video, man. And I'm telling you, the NBA is at a place, man, where it's almost like they're trying to force history. They're trying to force it. They won't let history happen. They're trying to force it. They're trying to create virtual reality out of actual reality. It's narrative-based, agenda-driven. And to show you this is really all about Michael Jordan, the conversation every time someone does something successful or win a championship, right? They always want to identify that person as being the new GOAT. Or they will wind up being the GOAT. And I'm telling you, man, either people having some a lot of revisionist history, and maybe a lot of people miss Jordan playing, man. They miss watching Michael Jordan play. So they're trying to superimpose this idea that today's game is just that much more greater than yesterday's game. And like I say, I don't compare eras, man. What sense does that make to compare eras? Because at the end of the day, the court is still the same size, the same length, and same width as always, or at least since when the NBA really started to become established as a premier league in sports. The rim, the goal has been 10 feet high from the ground, right? They've had a 24-second shot clock for over 60 years. The dimensions have not changed, right? So what I'm saying is, man, they won't just let you enjoy watching these players play. I'm a fan of Nikola Jokic, man. I think what he did in 2023 was off the charts. First player ever to average a 30-point triple-double. And he did it at the center position. The MVPs he won, he deserved those. 2 of those he won without his second best player, Jamal Murray. He did one of those without his third best player, and Michael Porter Jr. He got juked. A lot of people feel he got juked out of an MVP when Joel Embiid won it in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And now, me personally, I thought it was cool to see Embiid get it. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand why people say Jokic was juked, because that had been his third straight league MVP, and they didn't want him winning 3 straight league MVPs for for obvious reasons. I get it, man. He has beaten Kevin Durant in the playoffs. You know he's beaten the Hurricane. He's beaten him twice. And AD. So I get that. He's the best center in the NBA. He should go down arguably as the greatest passer in his position. No doubt about it. Because he's proven it. It's not something that's being hyped. He's proven it. He led the Denver Nuggets to their first ever championship as a franchise in the NBA. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. To be selected in the second round of his draft. I remember watching him the first time I saw him play. Where I really saw him play, because his rookie year, it's easy to forget, because I be forgetting, he was the backup center to Yusef Nurkic for the Denver Nuggets. And then by his second year, he was inserted as a starter. And when I really started watching him play, I said, man, this guy can pass. I said, he could pass his tail off. So he's going to go down in history as one of the all-time greats. No doubt about it. But you can't say that he's the GOAT. This is the problem that a lot of older fans are having, man. See, the reason why, consensus-wise, that Michael Jordan universally is seen as the greatest basketball player ever. His resume, when you look at it objectively, and you're not being bombarded and overwhelmed and brainwashed by these talking heads of today, because of his career trajectory, his rookie season, they was already saying he was a top 5 player in the league as a rookie. No rookie since Michael Jordan has averaged more points a game in his first year in the NBA. 28.2. That goes for all of them. Even the top-notch centers, the Shaqs, the David Robinson, the Hakeem Olajuwon, Victor Wembanyama, when he's healthy, he can show, man, he could be a dominant player in this league if he can stay healthy. All the great wing players, man, who entered this league. Nobody since Michael Jordan has had a better rookie season, right? The main reason why Jordan is universally viewed as the greatest basketball player of all time, and when it comes to the NBA, because they want to micro manage everything. Well, how about college? Did nobody say college? We talking about the highest level of basketball, NBA, the creme de la creme. The reason why Michael Jordan is universally seen as the greatest player of all time. Number one, his refusal to lose. He's never lost a series where he and his team were favored to win. And the reason why is because of him. Not because of the team. When it came to money time, it was because of him. Not because of the number 2 guy, not because of the number 3 guy, not because of this so-called fabulous front office. It was because of him. Number 2, because Michael Jordan won in the highest degree of difficulty. Meaning, now Nikola Jokic, he won a championship coming out the Western Conference. The Western Conference has been a superior conference for 20 years. What I mean by highest degree of difficulty is he had to face championship level squads year in and year out to progress from one step to the next without any other all-star caliber players joining his team, even as a rookie, where you can say, man, this dude right here, man, he coming as a rookie averaging 20. He didn't have that. It's because of the degree of difficulty. That's really the main cry. To me, when I look back on it, it's because of that degree of difficulty in reaching the top. And then once he broke through, everybody knew, man, I'm talking about opponents. I'm talking about people covering the NBA, basketball fans, whether you're a lifelong fan, a casual fan, or so-called casual fan. His team had all the confidence in the world that he wasn't going to let them lose. So they knew, I don't want to say they, how can I put this? Even when they didn't play up the standard of what he expected, he was still going to deliver when it came to money time. This is why. So when Stan Van Gundy, man, who was a good coach, he was not a bad coach. You can't come out there and you can tell he don't believe it. See, the thing is, man, I think a lot of times, man, these former coaches and players, they want to appeal to the current landscape. Not necessarily the current generation of fans. I don't want to put it like that, but the current landscape. So they want to say something that is going to gain approval, basically. Gain approval, gain acceptance. You want to be part of the in crowd and all that. And I get that. We all get like that at times. Just in general. We all want to feel like we part of the crowd or in the in crowd and stuff like that. But sometimes when it comes to something like this, see, the thing about it is, to conclude that Jordan was the greatest player, you didn't have to distort anything. You didn't have to tear anybody down. You didn't have to tear down the past greats, the Will Chamberlains, the Jerry West, the Oscar Robinsons, the Bill Russells. Bill Russell told you after Jordan's rookie year, Bill Russell said Jordan is one of the few players that I would pay money to go watch play. That's coming from Bill Russell, who won 11 championships. He said that about Jordan after his rookie year. Now, Nikola Jokic to be a second-round pick and to elevate himself to where he is today, that's off the charts. There's no doubt about that. And he deserves to go down as one of the greatest centers of all time. Especially if he wins another championship in his career, he's going to have 2. That's going to be the same number as Akeem Olajuwon. Akeem Olajuwon is universally seen as a top 10 all-time great player. You see what I'm saying? So I will give props where props is due, right? But the greatest ever, man, it encompasses a lot. If you want to say that, you're going to see what happens is you, instead of just enjoying that player for what he is, it leads you, the people who have watched this league for a long time, to literally look at everything as what it makes it looks like is that you turn that player down. No, if you want to say someone's the greatest, like they do with the Hurricane, when his resume don't match up. See, in the Hurricanes case, the only way that they could try to get people to believe that he's better than Jordan, they got to tear everything down. They got to tear down the era. They got to turn down the way players enter the league. They got to tear down, the ages of the players who enter the league coming out of college. When college is that's why it prepares you for the next step in life, just in general. If you go to college, when you're seeking a long-standing career or something, they got to tear everything down. But Nikola Jokic, man, just let this man play. Just let him do what he do, man. That's all. And let the chips fall where they may. But the fact of the matter is, man, I just think what it is, man. A lot of people done went into default mode. Jordan set a standard so high that culminated in the 6 championships being undefeated. He's won 11 championships in all levels of basketball. Never lost in a championship play. You can't top that. So let's just let these guys play. And you don't have to be considered the greatest of all time to be considered all-time great and to be respected and to be viewed as someone who made a positive contribution to the game. That's what these cats not understanding. Man, when Jordan returned back in 95, man, he had to prove it, people. He had to prove it. Because the Orlando Magic was the hot team. They had the best starting 5. Shaquille O'Neal. Here comes Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway was seen as the next Magic Johnson. And Penny Hardaway was a hell of a player, man. His handles was tight. Penny Hardaway had powerful tight handle. When he drove to the bat, it was powerful. You rarely saw anybody steal the ball from Penny Hardaway. That's what I'm trying to say. So I remember this was early part of the beginning of the 95-96 season, the season where Chicago went on to win 72 games, right? And it was about 6 games into the season, 7 games into the season. The Bulls faced Orlando in Orlando. Penny outplayed Jordan in that game. He had like 36 points. Jordan had 23 points. And they had anointed Penny as the heir apparent. That's when they started calling him the heir apparent. And then you start seeing, the Air Penny commercials with Chris Rock as the animated voice or whatnot. And the commercials, they were showing around the clock. They was ready to move on from Jordan. They was like saying Jordan was done. But come playoff time, man, the Bulls swept Orlando. That talk ended. And then Jordan went on to win 3 straight. So what I'm saying is, man, that's what I call high degree of difficulty. You return out of retirement, right? You got to prove yourself all over again, and you got a B squad in Orlando who won more games that year than they did the year before when they went to the finals. They had the best starting five in the world. They were seen to have the best duo in basketball with Shaq and Penny, Penny and Shaq. And the Bulls, led by Michael Jordan, swept their team during their out of existence. And Orlando, everybody knew. Matter of fact, they were saying Orlando could be the team in the mid-90s. You see what I'm saying? And then Jordan reclaimed that throne, dog, and won 3 straight. High degree of difficulty is winning 3 straight. So what I'm saying is, man, if they want to go there, they got to go all the way there. You just can't throw out blanket statements like that. So if he's saying Nikola is the greatest player ever, that means he greater than the Hurricane. But I guarantee you, when he say Nikola Jokic may be the best player in history of the NBA, he's not comparing, he's not saying it in the context of today. He's saying that in context of trying to prove that today's game is that much better than yesterday. That's why he's saying it. It's not genuine. When people concluded Jordan was the greatest ever, it's because of what that man was doing on the court. It's because of what he was doing on the court. It's as simple as that. So I just want to throw that, man. It's just the saga continues, man. But Nikola Jokic is a tremendous player, man. I enjoy watching him play, man. I really do. Just let these dudes play, man. Just let them play, dog. I think what they don't understand is, man, Jordan was a centurion athlete. Like, there's very few athletes of a sport that you can say, man, he's a centurion athlete, man. This man was voted by ESPN as the #1 athlete of the 20th century. Doing this ESPN Sports Century series that went on all year long in 1999. And they did a countdown of the 100 greatest athletes. So we talking about all of them, man. From Ali, he was voted #3, Babe Ruth, Joe Montana, Carl Lewis, Jackie Joyner Kersee. You can throw them all out there. Jackie Robinson, Wayne Gretzky, Martina Navratilova. I'm just throwing the names out there. Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, Billie Jean King, Joe Louis. He was voted #1. And now they trying to erase him. It's insanity, man. In the grand scheme of things. But just let Nikola Jokic play, man. Because, like I say, I don't think you can say someone is the greatest ever with one championship. Just let him play, man. He gonna go down as one of the all-time greats. Like I said, he'll easily be considered the best passing big man ever. No doubt about that. And I think, man, he would ball back then, man, during the era of the all-time greatest centers. Because he's been doing this too long. It's not like a fluke, like, 1 or 2 years and then he tapers off. No, his game has been built up over time. But what I'm saying, man, you can't come out there, man, and say someone is better than the guy who never lost in championship play in the NBA. Never faced a game 7. Never faced a 2-1 deficit. Never lost a series where he and his team was favored to win. Never lost, when he did lose in the playoffs, he never lost to a team that was no lower than a 2 seed, meaning that team was championship caliber. We can, for an 8-year stretch, his team never lost no more than 3 games straight. Really, 2 games straight, tell you the truth. So let's just let these dudes play, man. I just want to drop that nugget real quick. Please leave your comments and thoughts. And until next time, This your boy JB with BTB. And it's called Behind the Bench.